of you, and also thank you for coming here today and showing interest in our project. So we're from the International School of Curitiba, and we're doing a project about Nepal, about raising money and helping the earthquake victims. And yeah, so we have a couple of questions first. So,
how many of you speak Portuguese? Because we'll be showing a small video. Okay, so I can translate that. Okay, cool. Has any of you ever been to Nepal?
okay.
Okay, so what actually happened? Why are we raising money? On April 25th, 2015, an 8.1 surface wave magnitude earthquake struck China, Bangladesh, India, and Nepal. Only in Nepal there were 8,471 casualties, and 876 people are still missing.
Soon after, on May 12th, a 7.3 surface wave magnitude earthquake occurred in the same area. There were 153 casualties, and more than 3,200 people were injured.
Okay, so now we're going to show you the localization of the earthquakes. The first one happened in that red spot over there, and the second one happened in here. The first one was in April 25th, and the second one was in May 5th.
You can see that the earthquake was so brutal, it was so huge that even though it happened here, thousands of people died here. In total, there were 120 aftershocks and that affected that area, but the surrounding countries weren't as affected, which is one of the reasons why we're focusing on Nepal. Oh, yeah.
Okay, many historical buildings and temples have been destroyed by these earthquakes. And here we can see the Bishman Tower and an image before the earthquake happened and after. You can see that it was completely destroyed. And it wasn't only this, lots of other temples were destroyed also. Here is another picture that we can see. And the first picture is in January 2014, and then the other one is after the earthquake in April 25.
Thousands of people, Nepalese people, have lost their homes, jobs, and their loved ones.
They're left with nothing but hope, because everything they have has been torn down.
Okay, so now why are we doing this? So for me personally, it's probably a little bit different. So I'm just going to tell you about my point of view. So for this, you have to know that I was born in Nepal, and I was adopted when I was 1.5 years old by two German people who are my parents. And so I always had this connection, but I never really looked for it. I knew that I was from there, and it was cool because the Mount Everest and everything, but it was never like, oh yeah, I'm fully Nepalese. I always felt kind of German, if that makes sense. And so when the earthquake happened and when they showed it on the news, I just felt so weird. I felt something that I hadn't felt before. It was like I wanted to make a change because I was affected by this as well, even though I never really wanted to go there before. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really want to go there. And then I felt something, and I was thinking to myself, what are you going to do? Because you can't be one of these people who just say, oh, something bad happened and it's sad and blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to be the one who makes a change and does something. So what I did was I talked to my best friends because I didn't know if it was a crazy idea. But they encouraged me and said they would help me and support me with whatever I needed. And so my friends joined this. And then also the other day, I talked about it in class because we were talking about the earthquake. And there were other people who wanted to join as well. And so we kind of formed this group with people who really wanted to do this. So now Sophia is going to talk a little bit about what we did to raise money.
So we actually started this project last year, and it was not this group because we were not in gym yet, and they like these people didn't really know about the project. So it was for other people who are not here today and us too. And at first we made pamphlets to raise awareness. And then later David, he's also not here today, he came up with the idea to create a raffle to raise money. And one raffle cost 5 reais, and we raised more money than expected. It was around 2,000 reais, and yeah, we were really proud. And I don't even know how, but 2 TV channels, news TV channels from Brazil, found out about our group, and they came to school to interview us about what we were doing it, why and how we were doing it. And then in that interview we mentioned the organization we were supporting. It's called Extremos. I don't know how to say it because I'm not Brazilian. It's yeah, that. And we mentioned it, and the reason why we chose that organization is because a friend, her mom is involved in this organization. So we thought it would be a good idea to take an association where we know someone, because then it's trustworthy. So yeah, that's why.
So we had a second raffle too, which raised even more money. Where's her idea?
We decided to make a second raffle because the first one was very successful, and we gained a lot of money efficiently, and people were really excited about the raffle, and they wanted to help and get involved really fast. So in the second raffle, we made 250 tickets, and each one cost 10 reais, and the final prize was an iPod Shuffle.
Yeah,
And in the total, we raised more than expected, and it was about 3,000 reais.
And overall, with the 2 raffles and some donations, we raised over 5,000 reais.
and also many people donated to Extremos after we mentioned it. So many people donated to them, and they even contacted us and said that after this interview, many people did this. So we don't know the exact number of how much we actually raised, but it's around that. Wait, go one back. Okay, so
Extremos is a Brazilian Nepalese climbing association, and we got, I explained why we chose it, and it's
okay, and so they had on their website, so they support climbers from Brazil and in Nepal. And so my V's mom, who's the girl in our group, she went to base camp several times. And so she knows them, like we said. And so they had 3 different projects where we could donate to, where they help build houses and hospitals and everything. So when you go to the website, which is that one, you can choose to where you want to donate, and yeah. And so for the second raffle, actually, we chose another organization, which is called Deutsch-Nepalische Gesellschaft, which means German-Nepalese Friendship Association. And this is, it's an organization kind of that helps with the German and Nepalese relationship. So each year they have meetings where you can meet and gather and have these talks and stuff. And it's really nice, and that's actually what made my adoption possible. And so we also know that this is very trustworthy. We know the head of the organization, and we sent the money just a few days ago, so we'll see what he says. He already contacted us, but he's in Nepal right now, so he said he would do that when he comes back. So yeah, so we chose those both organizations to, yeah.
So there are 2 interviews, and we're gonna show you one of them, like we already said.
It's very short. Since most of you don't, or some of you don't understand Portuguese, I'll just quickly translate afterwards. These are some pretty big news platforms, their websites, and this one has the newspaper and all that.
If you want to watch the other one, you just have to go to the internet and type in the name, and then you're gonna find it.
Yeah, bad news, and then the project. And this was the first group before we joined Jim, so this is why they aren't here.
O Nepal foi atingido por 2 terremotos que causaram a morte de mais de 9.000 pessoas, um número grande de feridos e causou uma devastação no país. A ajuda está indo de diversas partes do mundo. Um exemplo vem aqui da nossa cidade. Os alunos do Colégio Internacional de Curitiba estão fazendo uma rifa e contando com doações para ajudar os desabrigados. Quem teve a ideia de fazer essa rifa foi o David. David, conta aí de onde surgiu essa ideia e por quê?
Na verdade, a ideia da rifa veio depois da ideia da Jane de ajudar o Nepal, que foi só um jeito de conseguir a doação do dinheiro com a pessoa dando alguma coisa em troca. Não são todas as pessoas que pensam no próximo. Daí a gente teve a ideia de fazer a camisa de futebol, que é uma coisa que no Brasil todo mundo gosta, e daí a gente começou a vender.
Consequentemente, ajudam. Então, a ideia, na verdade, veio da Jay, que é do Nepal, inclusive, só fala inglês, aqui a gente vai ter uma ajudinha da Maria Vitória. E conta então como foi essa ideia.
Okay, so first when we heard in the news that there was an earthquake, I just had immediately the idea that I wanted to do something, because like I was born there, and even though I've never been there, I wanted to help somehow. And so I thought about it a little bit, and then I spoke about it in class, but I didn't really have an idea yet. And so these people all came and said that they would like to help me. That's how we're here. Yeah.
Quando teve o terremoto, primeiro ela teve essa iniciativa de querer ajudar, porque ela nasceu lá, mas mesmo que ela não lembre, ela queria fazer alguma coisa para ajudar, então ela teve essa ideia, falou um pouco em sala, mas daí nós ajudamos a conseguir isso acontecer.
E a tua mãe que também tem uma relação com o Nepal, que você também gostou de entrar nessa ideia aí com tudo?
A minha mãe já foi para o Base Camp do Everest 2 vezes e ela tem bastante amigos alpinistas e sempre fazem trabalho voluntário lá no Nepal. Então a gente tem até uma amiga dela, Karina Oliane, que vai estar lá, que ela já estava lá, acho que ainda continua lá. Então a gente vai mandar o dinheiro para ela conseguir ajudar o grupo próximo que ela conseguir.
E o que vocês acham assim, da importância mesmo, não, além dessa ideia de doação do Nepal, vocês saberem o que está acontecendo no mundo, né? De se importarem assim com o outro, sair dessa bolinha, né, que a gente vive e olhar para o mundo.
Pensar que podia ser que a gente podia no lugar deles, precisando de ajuda, e alguém tinha que ajudar eles. Então, tinha que colocar no lugar deles.
Eu acho isso muito importante porque nesse mundo que a gente vive, bastante gente é meio egoísta, né? Que é só o valor próprio, mas sabendo que a gente pode ajudar as outras pessoas é bem importante. Assim.
E também várias pessoas dizem que querem ajudar e não fazem nada, elas só ficam lá sentadas, falam assim, não, eu quero ajudar, mas acabam que esquecem, né? E continuam vivendo a vida delas.
Então, bom, quem quiser ajudar, a galerinha aqui da Escola Internacional de Curitiba está vendendo a rifa, conseguiram quase R$1.000, mas querem conseguir muito mais. E aí vai ter, tem outros, entra no site, né? Tem algumas informações que a gente pode descobrir aí para ajudar você. Obrigada, então é isso, parabéns, gente, pela iniciativa.
Se vocês gostaram da nossa iniciativa para ajudar o Nepal,
vão até o site extremos.com.br para doar ao projeto da Karina Oliane, junto com o José Alexandre, para ajudar o Nepal.
So, just for you, the people that don't speak Portuguese, this is just obviously an interview that they had at the very beginning of the project. And at the beginning it just says about the 9,000 deaths. And I guess that's a higher number than we put in our presentation because every week and all that, there's new deaths that people discover. And missing people are discovered dead and all that. and she just mentioned again the importance of that and her inspiration. This was just to show you kind of the repercussion of this idea. And I guess that, well, I think the first step to helping, and I guess it's not only taking action, but it's caring first. So you can't really do anything if you don't really care about it. So this is just to raise awareness.
Okay, so now do you guys have any questions? Yeah, I was expecting that.
You said 5,000 something?
5,000 reais, yeah.
Yes, in dollars, about how much is that?
That'd be, I think, a little. I don't know how the dollar converts to right now. How much is it?
About 1,000 and something.
Yeah, 1,000 something dollars.
So,
Yeah, the dollar.
please.
Yeah, just like to ask, like, are you guys planning on, like, now that you already sent the money, are you planning, like, to try to, like, follow whatever happens with the money? Like,
Yeah.
see where it's actually, like,
We already got, so Mambi's mom, she already got an email from Extremas. They sent her pictures of what they've done so far. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring them. But, so we're following what's happening to our money, so, yeah.
For the German Nepalese Friendship Association, since it's already helped with her adoption and all that, we're sure it's very trustworthy. And supposedly they're gonna, since she knows the head of the association, they're gonna just pictures and all that, like with the follow through of our money, with the outcome keys.
Are you guys gonna keep like doing fundraisers, or are you gonna choose another way of fundraising, or what are your next steps?
Well, we're not sure yet because we don't know if we want to continue the raffle or find another method. If it's more efficient, then yeah, if it's more effective, we'll totally go with that. But if we don't have any ideas and we just want to act fast on this as fast as possible because they need our help, we're going to continue the raffle. I mean, if you have any idea how to raise money, just say it. You're welcome.
Okay, so now we're gonna do, yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little activity.